we've got another long one today. If you actually want the true beauty routines that work and that last, watch my videos. If you want a quick band-aid over a deeper problem that's not going to fix a single thing, watch the other videos. Also, you guys, if you are looking at the timestamps and you are thinking, Jesus Christ, is she out of her mind? Timestamps and a brief outline will be listed in the description. Also, my phone just vibrated. Sorry about that. Okay. So today I am indulging in the sin of greed for you guys. We all know you do not need expensive products to smell good. You don't even need perfume to smell good, okay? However, I am not going to pretend to be ignorant here. We all love a good luxury scent routine. We all love the aesthetic product lineup. We all love a good Sephora and or Ulta haul. So although I still believe you don't need to spend a shit ton of money to smell good, we are going to do that today, okay? But there's a big but. I am going to take it a step further. The truth is perfume alone is not going to save you. I do not care if it is Baccarat Rouge 540 or a $20 drugstore body spray. If your laundry stinks, if you are not cleaning yourself properly in the shower, if you are not applying your lotion correctly, you are not going to smell expensive, okay? So I see this literally all the time. People dropping $300 on a bottle of Tom Ford, spraying it on top of musty clothes, and then they wonder why they still smell like shit, or wondering why they don't smell expensive. You are spraying that expensive as fuck perfume, but no one is inquiring about what perfume you use because they can't smell it. So today I am going to give you the blueprint, you guys. I am not giving you 10 different options for each step. I have two locked in systems here, okay? One luxury path for when you want to go full bougie, one affordable path that will leave you smelling just as luxurious but for a fraction of the price. You can also mix and match, okay? So both are going to make you smell like money. You're going to be known as the person who smells good regardless of which path that you take. But here is what most people don't really understand about smelling expensive. It is not about the final spritz at all. It is about the foundation that you build underneath all of that. So if you think about your scent like house kind of, you're not going to put like a beautiful roof on like a crumbling foundation and expect the house to look expensive. Similarly, you are not going to spray perfume on dry skin and expect it to last all day. That is not going to happen. Neither of those things are possible. In this video, we have two paths, okay? But we also have two parts to those two paths. One aspect of this routine is what products to use. The second aspect is how to actually apply them. Whatever system you choose, commit to this system, be consistent. Everything's going to be linked below, and let's just get started. So I partnered with Quince on this part of the video, which makes sense because their whole thing is timeless, high quality essentials. And this piece is exactly that, you guys. So Quince makes luxury level basics like cashmere, silk, leather, linen, and jewelry, but without the crazy markup. They work directly with the same top factories as designer brands, which I just find incredible. So you are getting the same quality for a fraction of the price. This one has become an absolute favorite for me. It feels way more expensive than it actually is. The quality, the texture, even the fit, it all just feels right. I also love that Quince focuses on things that you are actually going to keep for years. It is not fast fashion, you guys. It is just really well-made, timeless pieces that are actually going to hold up. You can check them out at quince.com/Audrey. They offer free shipping and 365-day returns, which makes it super easy to try things out. Okay, so now back to the video. Before we actually get into the blueprint, I want you guys to understand something. Why does this even work? If you don't know the why, you're literally just going to throw products at your body and then not really understanding why they're not working. So I want to be clear here. I am not just including this for filler. We are not getting into the solid routine yet, but this part is super important. Pay attention at the same level that you would like the actual steps of the path. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we go. Scent projection is science. Your skin has a natural pH, which is usually somewhere between 4.5 and 6.5, okay? So if that balance is healthy, if your skin is hydrated, your skin is going to become the perfect launching pad for fragrance. Now, if your skin is dry, it is like a literal sponge. So it's going to drag the perfume down into the cracks. It's going to essentially hold it hostage, and it's going to kill the projection of that fragrance before it ever even makes it into the air. Spraying perfume on dry skin is like spraying it on concrete, okay? So this concrete is going to soak it up instantly. Spraying perfume on moisturized skin, though, is like spraying it on glass. It is going to stay on top. It is going to reflect. Everyone around you is going to smell it, and it does not stop there, okay? So your body heat is also a game changer. Your pulse points, the spots where blood flows closer to the surface, those are your body's natural heaters. So this is going to include your wrists, your neck, behind your ears, inner elbows, behind your knees. So these spots literally warm the perfume, and they help the molecules rise up and just diffuse into the air around you. So that's why people catch a whiff of your perfume when you walk by, not because you drowned yourself in perfume, but because you have put perfume where your body is naturally radiating heat. Okay, but this is the catch. This is important. If those areas are dirty, or if they are layered in leftover deodorant, if they are covered in yesterday's lotion, you have built a dirty filter. So you are basically playing your favorite song through one of those Amazon $5 shower speakers, which are horrible. So the scent is still there, but it is coming out muffled. The vibe is just killed. Okay, so clean skin equals clear projection. Dirty skin, there is interference with the scent, and that is why the shower step is not optional, okay? Laundry is also part of this, even though I know it's boring. Scent molecules do not just sit on your skin, they actually cling to your fabrics. So if your hoodie smells like detergent residue, mildew, body odor, your perfume is not going to erase that. It is going to mix with it, and the combination is very unpleasant, okay? It is literally going to give, like, you spray some air freshener to cover up a stinky bathroom. That's the reality. Fabric is your second skin, and it also has to be clean. All right, so let's talk about longevity, because I feel like this is where people get really frustrated. So perfume evaporates. This is physics, this is science. So the alcohol base carries the fragrance oils, and as it evaporates into the air, so does the scent. So you cannot stop that process completely. It's impossible. But what you can do is slow it down and make it feel seamless. And that is where layering comes in, okay? So layering is what we are going to call, let's just call it scent insurance for the sake of this video. So when one layer starts to fade, another layer is still strong. When you wash your clothes in a scented detergent, that is layer one. You shower with a body wash that matches the overall scent that you're going for. That would be layer two. Then you moisturize with an oil and a lotion that hold fragrance against your skin. That's layer three. Then you add a mist or a hair perfume. Then you add a regular perfume on top as the finishing touch. Now, when the top notes of your perfume are going to start to fade after an hour, which happens, you still have the lotion layer and the fabric layer and the mist layer and the body wash layer that are just holding everything together. So your scent is not going to fade throughout the day. And that's why layering is so important. The last piece is what people often don't think about. Projection and longevity depend on consistency, you guys. So not just the day that you spray perfume. Every time you wash your clothes, every time you shower, every time you moisturize, you are building up a baseline. Your skin gets healthier, your fabric stays neutral, and with each new product layer, it doesn't have to fight with hidden odors or with dry patches. So when people say, why does perfume last longer on you than it does on me? The answer isn't luck, okay? It's strategy. It's also not genetics. It is this system. Hydrated skin, clean fabrics, strategic placement, layered products. That's literally the science of scent projection. And if you buy all of the products in this video and you don't pay attention to the actual way to use them, it's going to be a complete waste of money. You could have just easily thrown all of the money that you would have used for those products in the trash, because that's like seriously how important the actual technique is when it comes to making sure that you smell expensive 24/7. Now you know why this all works. So let's actually build your blueprint. Okay, I might have to just put my laptop down because this is really not working. Oh dear God, I think they're doing construction outside. This is the luxury routine. So first we're gonna do the expensive routine. I'm very excited. This is the path that you take when money is no option. Maybe you have a very high paying job and you just wanna be the best smelling person in your office. Maybe your parents have a ton of money and you have a credit card that they pay for and you can literally buy whatever the fuck you want and they are not gonna question it. That offends you, I apologize. Those people exist in society and they really deserve options as well. Seriously though, this is like when you want people to think that she must be rich or she just has flawless taste. This is your luxury blueprint. But before we actually dive into the products, I want to tell you guys why this routine works when others fail. So most people think that expensive perfume equals expensive smell. We've established that is not true at all. Expensive smell comes from expensive technique layered with quality products that work in harmony. You could spray Tom Ford Lost Cherry on top of musty laundry, on top of 99-cent lotion, and you're gonna smell like expensive perfume mixed with gas station bathroom. Now remember, you can also pick and choose which products you want from each path. That is why even if you are not Paris Hilton 2.0, you can still watch this section, and you should, honestly. Your laundry is your very first perfume. I don't care what anyone says, okay? You cannot spray Baccarat Rouge on top of Funk and think that you are gonna smell good. It does not work like that, okay? So think about it this way. You are gonna spend hundreds of dollars on a bottle of perfume, but you are wearing it on top of clothes that were washed with the same detergent as gym socks and kitchen towels, or worse, washed with the gym socks and kitchen towels. That detergent is loaded with synthetic fragrances, optical brighteners, and chemical residues that are going to create an invisible barrier between your skin and your expensive fragrance. And we know that is not good. Now, the detergent, landscapers! We're gonna start with the Laundress Signature Detergent. Yes, it is bougie, okay? Yes, it is overpriced as fuck. But here's why it's here. It is concentrated, okay? So you actually use less per load than cheap detergents. It is also plant-based, so it is not gonna leave the chemical film. And the biggest point here is that it cleans without layering on cheap synthetic fragrances that are going to clash with your perfume later. Your clothes are going to come out neutral and fresh, and they're going to be able to complement the scents that you are later going to put on your body. Now, okay, the Laundress uses enzymes and plant-based surfactants. These actually break down odor-causing bacteria at the molecular level, so there is not going to be any masking of scents. It is actually going to get rid of the gross smells as opposed to just masking them and having them come back like 6 hours later. Your fragrance is not going to be sitting on top of disgusting smelling clothes, which is absolutely key. Now, the scent booster, okay, Downy Unstoppables in Lush. Yes, I did just tell you to use synthetic fragrance, but we are going to be strategic here. So Lush is gourmand leaning. So this is vanilla, soft, it's cozy. There are hints of warm spice. Because of that, it's not going to fight the Baccarat Rouge that I'm going to mention later. It is going to support the Sol de Janeiro scent family that we are about to build. And here's why this works. Okay, so Lush has what perfumers call scent compatibility. Its molecular structure is designed to blend rather than compete. So like amplify all of the other complementary fragrances. When you layer it under gourmand fragrances like Sol de Janeiro's line and eventually Baccarat Rouge, you're creating depth and complexity and compatibility rather than like a bunch of different scents and just ends up smelling like not good, okay? But this is how you use it correctly. You don't just want to dump the beads in the wash like the instructions say. First, you want to dissolve them in a cup of warm water and then add that liquid to the machine. Those beads are designed to slowly release fragrance over time, but when they dissolve unevenly, you are going to get hot spots of fragrance that are going to cling to random spots on your clothes, like hot spots in a microwave. One sleeve is going to smell amazing, overpowered. The other sleeve is going to smell like nothing. So dissolving first means everything is going to smell even. It's going to smell balanced, luxurious. And then for the finishing touch, for your laundry, Jo Malone English Pear and Frieza linen spray. I just bought this and you guys, blown away, okay? You are not gonna spray this directly on your clothes. You are going to approach this with more of a strategy, okay? So what you're gonna do, spray it on your hangers, then hang your clothes. What is going to happen with that? Your closet is going to have this like invisible cloud of scent. Basically, your closet is gonna have a specific smell, your clothes are gonna have a specific smell, and it's all gonna complement the other scents that you are gonna use later. When you put your clothes on, you're gonna be wrapping yourself in luxury before you have even touched perfume. So scent creates expectation. When you open your closet and you enter and you smell something expensive, your brain is immediately going to shift into luxury mode. You are going to carry yourself differently. This is going to be like the law of attraction. There's also practical chemistry happening. So Jo Malone's English Pear and Freesia has what is called green freshness. So this is clean and crisp without being sharp or overwhelming. And it is also going to act like a base note that grounds whatever fragrance that you are going to wear on top, which is key, okay? The application technique, also very important. Spray each hanger from about 12 inches away. Focus on the areas where clothes are actually going to make contact with the hanger. You want to create a nice environment of like luxurious smelling clothes, not like an overpowering Abercrombie 2004 situation. Now, the mistake here that a lot of people make is fabric softener. So fabric softener creates a waxy coating on your clothing that prevents fragrance from adhering properly. Your expensive perfume is literally just going to slide off your clothes instead of being absorbed and slowly released. That is why we use scent boosters instead of traditional softener, and why we use linen spray on hangers instead of directly on fabric. We are strategic here. So next, the shower. The shower is where you marinate. This is the opening chapter of your scent novel. If you skip this, the entire book is going to fall apart. Most people think that showering is just about getting clean. We know here that that is not the case. For someone who actually wants to smell expensive all day, the shower is about preparation, exfoliation, and just creating the perfect canvas for fragrance adhesion. Okay, so we're gonna start with bar soap, and I'm about to mention a bar soap that I have no idea how to pronounce. Diptyque Philopsychos. Apparently that's a very luxurious bar soap. Or Chanel No. 5. Yes, they sell Chanel No. 5 bar fucking soap. Why bar soap first? Because it cuts through everything. Deodorant residue, yesterday's lotion, sweat, throw up from your baby, whatever your skin has picked up throughout the day. Liquid body wash alone, although great, is too gentle alone to remove buildup. You need that first reset to get yourself started in the shower. So here is the difference between luxury bar soap and drugstore bar soap. Cheap soaps are often highly alkaline with pH levels around 9 or 10. Your skin's natural pH is around 5.5. When you use alkaline soap, you strip away your skin's protective acid mantle, which leaves it vulnerable and completely unable to hold fragrance properly. Diptyque and Chanel soaps are formulated to be closer to your skin's natural pH, around 6.5 to 7. They clean deeply without destroying your skin's natural barrier. Now, technique matters here. It is very important. So if you want to smell like you are rich as fuck, do not just rub bar soap on your body. That is harsh and uneven. Lather the soap up into your hands until it is rich and creamy. The lather should be thick enough so that you cannot see through the lather. Then wash your body. Use upward strokes, which is going to stimulate circulation and lymphatic drainage, which is going to help with fragrance projection later. This is a whole system, you guys. So here's the rule: 30 seconds of lather before you rinse, not 5 seconds. 30. That is how long it takes for quality soap to actually dissolve buildup and neutralize odor-causing bacteria. Okay, next comes body wash. So Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Foreplay. I believe this is actually called Brazilian Play now. This is like literally like indulgence in a bottle. It smells unreal. Pistachio, salted caramel, almond. It is not childish sweetness. It is sophisticated gourmand, you guys. It is going to lay down the scent direction that we are building towards. Sol de Janeiro works so well in luxury routines because it is formulated with Brazilian ingredients that have natural skin conditioning properties. Pistachio oil improves your skin's ability to hold fragrance. The salted caramel contains natural humectants that are going to draw moisture to your skin. But more importantly, Brazilian Play spray is designed to work with the brand's other products. That is very key here, okay? So when you use it with their body cream later, you are not just layering scents, you are layering complementary ingredients that are going to enhance each other's performance. This is a critical point, okay? Use a clean washcloth or an African net sponge. Never use your hands. Your hands do not exfoliate, you guys. They're smooth. Clean washcloth or African net sponge is going to buff the skin, remove dead cells, and it is going to create a smooth surface. That smooth surface is what fragrance is going to cling to. If your skin is not exfoliating, your fragrance is not going to project. People aren't going to smell it. For washcloths, cotton waffle weave is what you should go for. This is textured enough to exfoliate, but it is also gentle enough for sensitive areas, and you need the lather technique, okay? So work the body wash into the cloth until it is rich and foamy, then apply in circular motions from from the outside in. So from your arms towards your chest, take your time, don't race through this step. The steam, the heat, the washcloth, the friction, all of this is going to open your pores and it's going to prepare your skin to hold onto the products that are coming next. Now this step should take at least 5 minutes, which I know sounds crazy, but if you're doing it right, that's how long it'll take. So then you're going to do a body scrub. The one that you're going to use for the expensive routine is the Herbivore Cocoa Rose Body Polish. This works so well because it has sugar crystals and nourishing oils. So the sugar is what exfoliates. It's going to exfoliate what is left of dead skin cells, and then the coconut oil and rose extract are going to deposit a soft and sophisticated scent, and they're also going to provide hydration that is going to act as a base for your lotion later. And here's the science behind sugar scrubs and why they're so important. So sugar dissolves as you use it. It starts as abrasive and then it becomes gentler as you continue to massage. The coconut oil, antimicrobial properties that help to prevent odor-causing bacteria to develop throughout the day. And then rose extract contains natural astringents that help to tighten pores after you have exfoliated. Also with this application is very important. Work in sections, hit your heat zones first, chest, back of the neck, back of the knees, inner arms, inner thighs. These are your primary scent projection areas. You want to use circular motions, but you also want to vary the pressure, okay? So you want to be firm on areas like your elbows and your knees where skin is thicker, and light on sensitive areas like your chest and your inner arms. And then this is the rinse technique that most people get wrong. So you do not want to rinse until you are squeaky clean. You also want to have a little bit of oil behind on your skin, like from the body scrub. It's going to be the primer for the body oil that is coming next. One little final tip for the shower. You need to make sure that you are doing water temp control throughout your shower. So start with lukewarm water for washing, because hot water strips your skin's natural oils, which is not going to make your fragrance adhere appropriately. Now for your final rinse, you want to gradually cool the water down, because cool water closes your pores, which is going to lock in the beneficial oils from your scrub, and it's also going to improve circulation. That improved circulation is going to mean better scent projection for the rest of the day. Now step 3, oils and lotions. This is where 2-hour perfume becomes 10-hour perfume. This is literally the glue that holds your entire scent portrait together. Most people think that moisturizing is just about preventing dry skin, but in the context of fragrance, moisturizing is about creating the perfect medium for scent molecules to cling to evolve with your body chemistry, and to project throughout the day. You're going to start with oil, okay? So Necessaire, the body oil, fragrance free. Fragrance free because we are building a very specific scent profile, and we do not want anything interfering with our carefully chosen fragrance harmony. Okay, so this oil is formulated with lightweight oils that are going to absorb quickly and are not going to leave any sort of greasy residue. You want to apply this only on damp skin. This is absolutely crucial. So pat yourself with a towel after your shower, but leave water droplets on your skin. Like, make sure your skin is damp, okay? Not wet, but damp. The oil is going to work by trapping that water and creating a moisture seal. You want to apply that oil with long upward strokes. You want to go feet to shoulders, and you want to focus on your projection zones. Okay, so that's chest, inner arms behind your knees, as I said, your inner thighs. These pulse points are going to naturally generate heat, and they're going to act as amplifiers for literally everything else that you layer on top. You're going to let the oil absorb for 60 seconds before you move on to the next step. Don't just let it sit on the surface. Give it time to like actually bind to your skin. So now the cream. We're going to use the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom cream. I think that's how you pronounce it. Pistachio, salted caramel, vanilla, rich, creamy, iconic, okay? This is where your signature scent is really gonna start to build. So the genius of Boom Boom cream is not just the scent, it is the actual formulation. If you've used it, you know what I mean. So it contains Cupua Q butter, which actually has 5 times the moisture capacity of lanolin. The real secret ingredient though is guarana extract, which contains natural caffeine. So when applied topically, caffeine improves circulation, which enhances the scent projection, okay? You wanna warm it between your palms first. This is non-negotiable because cold lotion on warm skin does not absorb evenly. That's why it's so important. So then you want to apply it in circular motions outward from your chest and your core. Do not just slap it on, massage it in. You want about 30 seconds of massage time per section. I know that sounds like a lot, but we're trying to smell expensive 24/7. That's going to take some time. And you also want to pay close attention to the areas I mentioned before. So pulse points, wrists, inner elbows, chest, inner thighs, behind your knees, ankles. These areas are going to generate heat, so they're going to become your scent projection spots, okay? At the same time, do not neglect the connecting areas. So that's like your forearms, your calves, your torso. Let it fully absorb before you actually get dressed. This is absolutely non-negotiable, okay? Lotion needs time to bind to your skin just like the oils. So don't just put lotion on and then get dressed immediately after. Professional fragrance consultants use this technique. Apply your lotion in the exact technique where you are going to spray your perfume later, you guys. That's a huge hack. You are creating what we're going to call scent highways. These are pathways where fragrance can travel and blend with your body chemistry over time. So start with your wrist and work up your inner arms to your inner elbows, apply to your chest in a V shape from your collarbones down to your sternum, apply it behind your knees, up the backs of your thighs, the back of your neck from your hairline down to your shoulders. This whole technique is going to help prevent fragrance from breaking apart on your skin, because when scent has a consistent moisturized pathway to follow, it is going to maintain its composition even better. Okay, so if your deodorant fails, no one cares what perfume you put on, okay? So this is the foundation of both hygiene and scent projection. Deodorant, we're gonna use Salt and Stone, Bergamot, and Eucalyptus deodorant. So this isn't a random choice. This is very strategic. First, it's aluminum free. It's not going to interfere with your scent chemistry. Second, the scent profile works amazingly with the routine. Okay, so bergamot adds brightness, but it does not compete with gourmand notes. And then eucalyptus is going to provide that clean, fresh scent. The base is natural mineral salt, which is going to create an environment where odor-causing bacteria cannot survive. Unlike antiperspirants that block sweat, this allows your body's natural temperature regulation while preventing odor. So this is super important because your natural body heat actually helps project scent. Now, in terms of application technique, you only want to apply on completely dry skin. Use thin, even strokes of deodorant. You don't want to cake it on, let it set for 30 seconds. You do not just want to throw your clothes on right after. Then we're going to use a body mist. So Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62. This is the same scent family as your lotion, but in a lighter concentration. We're going to call this your pre-perfume layer. So first, it's going to reinforce the scent foundation that you have already built. The oil, the body wash, all of that stuff. Also, body mist has different evaporation rates than perfume, so it's going to fade faster than your final fragrance, of course, but while it's active, it does create depth and complexity in the fucking landscapers. So spray your torso before you actually get dressed. Focus on your chest, your back, and your shoulders. These are areas that are going to be covered by clothes, I think. Let it dry completely before you actually put on your shirt. Your body heat is going to slowly push this scent upward and outward through your neckline, your sleeves, just any openings in your clothing, okay? So for hair perfume, Your hair is actually your secret amplifier, you guys. So Gizu honey infused hair perfume. Hair holds a fragrance completely differently than the skin. So skin makes fragrance evolve and change with your body chemistry. Hair maintains the original scent profile longer. Hair also moves independently of your body, which is going to create scent clouds that are going to trail behind you. Okay, so every time that you turn your head, every time you flip your hair, or even just walk, you are literally going to release little bursts of fragrance into the air around you. Okay, now in terms of application, you can literally just spray into the air, walk into the mist, or even just spray a clean brush and then just like brush your hair very briefly. Never spray directly onto your scalp or roots. Focus on the areas of your hair that move the most. Oh my God. Are you fucking serious, you guys? Like, oh my God. They're literally mowing the motherfucking lawn. Oh dear God, help me. I'm going to be totally honest, you guys. This wouldn't matter as much if I didn't have kids. I have a very small window of time that I can film. Yeah, and I'm paying someone to watch my kids right now. Do you know what I mean? Like mom to mom. If you're a mom, you know. If you're a parent, you know. There's funds going to someone watching my kids right now, and this is supposed to bring me funds. This is my job. So it's kind of like I can't do my job because of the motherfucking landscapers, okay? Even though they're just doing their job, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. I'm mad at the universe, okay, as I've said before. Anyway, let's attempt to continue with the video. Don't spray hair perfume directly onto your scalp or roots. You want to focus on the areas of your hair that actually move. So the layers around your face, the ends, and any pieces that are not tucked behind your ears. Now for perfume, the crown, and the landscapers have decided they would like to be here for the biggest part of the video. Perfume is the garnish, it's not the meal, but Baccarat Rouge 540 is going to make you literally Paris Hilton 2.0. Okay, so this perfume is a literal masterpiece of modern perfumery. That's all I can say about it. It is built around a very unique molecule called ambroxan. That is what creates that distinctive glowing quality that seems to quite literally radiate from your skin. The fragrance structure, top notes, saffron, jasmine, heart notes, ambergris accord, amberwood. Base notes, this is the one part that I actually forgot. Base notes, fir, resin, and cedar. So the saffron is going to provide warmth and slight spice. The jasmine is going to add floral elegance. The ambergris accord is going to create that expensive smell. Warm, it is slightly sweet, it is very sophisticated. The wood notes are what really ground everything and what provide longevity. So in terms of strategic application of this, so don't just randomly spray it because this shit is expensive, okay? Spray your wrist first, but never, ever, ever rub your wrists together with perfume on it, okay? Rubbing is going to create friction that is going to literally break down the fragrance molecules, and it is actually going to change the scent composition. Literally just spray and settle naturally. Now, inner elbows, that's next. This is a heat point that most people actually ignore, but it is crucial for projection, okay? Then behind your knees, now every time you take a step, you are going to create air movement like with your hair, but it's going to be with your legs. Fragrance behind your knees gets caught in this air movement and it's going to create scent trails. It's going to sort of finish that scent trail profile. Then the back of your neck. This is literally projection central. Heat rises, scent rises. The back of your neck is one of the warmest spots on your body. Okay, now for your chest. One spray to your décolletage is going to create an intimate scent bubble. Intimate as in right here. It's going to be what people detect when they're close to you, what they smell when you speak, as long as your breath doesn't smell bad, okay? So you can also spray lightly on your clothes, but not heavily, okay? Just one light spray on your shirt, one on your jacket or whatever sweatshirt. Fabric is going to hold scent longer than skin because it does not have oils that break down fragrance molecules, of course, if you don't use fabric softener. And this is going to create a really interesting layering effect throughout the day. Your skin scent changes and it develops. It also becomes more intimate and like personal. As the day goes on, your clothing scent remains truer to the original fragrance, which is going to help to keep you smelling good longer. Now, in terms of applying, like application technique, 6 to 8 inches away from your skin. If it is too close, you're going to get concentrated hot spots. That's going to be too overwhelming, too far away, and you're going to waste product. Now, in terms of patience, do not rapid fire sprays all over your body. Spray one point, let it settle for 30 seconds, and then move on to the next point. It's also really important to understand how this perfume develops throughout the day. So the first 2 hours, this is full projection phase. This is when people are going to notice you walking by, when you are going to get compliments from strangers. The saffron, the jasmine are most prominent during the first 2 hours. Then you have hours 3 to 6. It's going to get a little bit more intimate. So it's going to settle a little bit closer to your skin, which is going to create a scent bubble that extends about arm's length from your body. So you're not going to smell as strong. The ambergris accord is going to become more prominent during this time. Then later on in the day, like 7 to 10 hours later, the fragrance is going to get a little bit quieter, but the base notes are actually going to become more apparent. Pro tip, okay, so at hour 6, when the scent has settled into that like close to your skin range, you want to do one light spray on your wrists only, not a full reapplication, just a single spritz on each wrist. And remember, don't like rub it. This is gonna add a little bit more projection for later in the day without overwhelming the scent projection that is already happening. Okay, so that's the luxury routine, you guys. Laundry, shower, oils, deodorant, misting, perfume, everything. Each step reinforces the next, but it's not just about layering products, okay? It's about creating this like system, like a synergy, okay? So your laundry provides a clean, neutral foundation. Your shower routine creates the perfect canvas. Your moisturizing is going to build the right environment for fragrance adherence and for projection. Your deodorant is going to ensure that there are no competing odors that smell bad. Then your body spray, your perfume. When you walk into a room after completing this routine, you don't just smell like perfume, you actually smell like luxury itself came to life. There's complexity, there's sophistication to your scent that cannot be achieved by just spraying expensive fragrance on unprepared skin, and that is the really, really important thing to remember here. Now I know what you're thinking. That luxury routine smells amazing, but I am not dropping $300 on laundry detergent and body oil. Okay, I get it, you guys. I get it. This is the truth that the beauty industry doesn't want you to know. You don't have to do what I just showed you. And actually, the reality, it wasn't about the products. It was about the system, the technique, the understanding of how scent actually works on your body. So every single principle from that routine can be executed with drugstore products for literally a fraction of the cost. Okay, so I have tested both routines on myself and my friends. I have done blind smelling tests on people where people haven't been able to tell who spent $500 in their routine and who spent $50, because this is what matters, okay? Clean laundry, properly prepared skin, strategic layering, being able to walk with confidence. Let's just call it that. This is what matters, okay? Clean laundry, properly prepared skin, strategic layering, and the one that people are not going to want to hear because you can't buy it, confidence. This part of the routine is about proving that technique is going to trump price tags every single time. It is the same science, the same results, but it is budget friendly. Now, before we actually dive into products, I want to talk about mindset, which is not sexy, okay? But honestly, the biggest difference between people who smell expensive and people who don't is not their budget. It is their approach, okay? So if you smell amazing on a budget, you're gonna understand that consistency beats luxury. They would rather use the same $15 routine perfectly every single day than splurge on a $300 perfume once and then go back to random drugstore products. Okay, so they understand that smelling expensive is about not smelling like mildew, like old deodorant, like clothes that sat in the washer too long, like dirty socks. Okay, it is all about creating a clean canvas and then just building from there. Also, most importantly, they understand that confidence sells the scent. Again, very unsexy, but very important. When you know you've executed your routine properly, when you know that every step was done right, you are just going to carry yourself differently. That confidence is what actually makes a $25 fragrance read as expensive. I also feel like a really great example of this is in attraction. Okay, so you're going to find someone more attractive if they're more confident. Physically, aesthetically, someone could be more physically attractive, but if they are not confident, that same physical attractiveness is not going to translate. Someone who is moderately physically attractive but has confidence is going to appear more attractive to you than the one who is not as confident. At least that's how I feel. And the same goes with scent. Okay, you could smell amazing, but if you don't have the confidence, then it's really just going to be like icing a cake that actually tastes like shit inside. Also, that is the confidence thing. I'm going to be totally honest. You know, if you're going to do the first routine, go ahead, do the first routine. You don't necessarily have to be confident. You're still going to smell amazing. But with the second routine, I think something that is necessary is the confidence. Okay. Because let's not play games here. Nothing can beat the Baccarat Rouge 540. Okay. Not a single perfume out there that shit smells so fucking pungent in a very, 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 very good way. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and, play games and tell you that the Ariana Grande Cloud perfume is going to smell as potent as the Baccarat Rouge. Not going to happen. But you have the confidence. It's going to amplify the scent profile that you are going to carry with you with the affordable line. That's the truth. Okay, guys, that's just the truth. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's what most people do not understand about laundry. The price of your detergent means nothing if you are using it wrong. Okay, so a budget detergent can actually be a beast if you use it correctly. Okay, so we're going to talk about Tide Hygienic Clean Heavy Duty, not regular Tide, not Tide Free and Clear. This is the Hygienic Clean formula specifically. Okay, this is the one that actually goes after deep funk and body soils instead of just making bubbles and artificial scents. This is actually going to clean your clothes. So here's why this works. Regular detergents are formulated to handle everyday dirt. Okay. But if you are someone who works out, if you live in a humid climate, if you have kids, if you wear clothes multiple times before washing, you need something that is going to be stronger. Okay. So Hygienic Clean has enzymes that specifically target protein-based odors. That is key. That's sweat, that's body odor, that's skin cells. It's going to get that like really weird smell that you have on your clothes. I don't know if you experience that, but it's going to get rid of that. Okay. Now the pre-treatment step that most people skip, if it is workout clothes, underwear, or anything with history, okay, gross history, make a quick paste. A tablespoon of detergent, literally just enough water to make it spreadable. Rub it into the problem zones with your fingers, like your armpits, your waistband, crotch area, shirt collars, especially if you ride the Peloton on those leggings. You want to leave it on for 15 minutes before you actually put it in the washing machine. That pause is going to be the difference between it actually helped and wow, that smell is actually gone. Okay, the 45-minute Peloton ride that sweat my you-know-what off quite literally is going to be gone. Now, in terms of temperature, hot water definitely seems like it cleans better, but as I said, it can set protein-based stains permanently in the fabric. For most of your washing loads, go warm. You want like comfortable shower warm. This temperature is going to activate the enzymes in your detergent without damaging fabrics. Here's the thing, don't overload your washing machine, 2/3 full max. Your clothes need space to move around in the water. You do not want to have a bunch of dirty clothes stuck together in the washing machine. It's just going to basically be the dirty clothes rubbing against each other in dirty water for an hour or whatever. Okay, so 2/3 full. Then Downy Unstoppables in fresh in your washing machine. We are going fresh on the budget path because it does not fight with anything that you are going to layer later. Okay, it literally is just going to make your entire closet smell clean and neutral. And here's why fresh works better than Lush in budget routines. So Fresh has a more linear scent profile. It smells the same from start to finish. That's what linear scent profile means. And in budget routines, we want simplicity. We want compatibility. So now environmental fragrance. You can literally just use Febreze Fabric Refresher Extra Strength. This is an environmental game changer. This does not just cover stink with artificial fragrance. That's huge, you guys. So it's actually going to neutralize odor molecules at the source. So it's not just putting a Band-Aid over something that does not need a Band-Aid, that needs something deeper. Don't just spray your clothes directly. Instead, spray your closet walls, spray the inside of your dresser drawers when there's no clothes in it, spray the bottom of your laundry hamper after you empty it. You're creating this like fresh environment, a fresh system so that clean clothes are going to stay clean. So when you hang up your shirt in a closet that smells clean and neutral, that shirt is going to smell better longer. You can also put a light mist on your pillowcase before bed. You're going to wake up with subtly fresh smelling hair. And then when you put on whatever clothes you're going to wear in the morning, it's going to pick up that freshness. Now, one more thing that most people really just don't do, and it ruins their entire laundry system: clean your washing machine once a month. So you want to empty all of it, hot water cycle, 1 cup of white vinegar in the detergent dispenser. It's super easy. There's no excuses. If your washing machine smells bad, all of your clothes are going to smell like that, and it's going to be embedded in the fibers. Okay, so the next part is not just hygiene, it is prep work. It is how a $5 fragrance performs like a $50 fragrance. So we're going to start with Dove Sensitive Skin Beauty Bar. Do not let the sensitive skin name fool you, you guys. This bar cuts through deodorant residue, it cuts through environmental pollutants, body oil buildup, sweat, and it does not strip your skin's natural protective barrier. That's huge, okay? So this is why this works better than expensive cleansing bars. Dove has a pH of 6.5, which is almost identical to your skin's natural pH of 5.5. Now, when you use soap that is too alkaline, you are stripping away your skin's acid mantle, and that is going to make your skin completely unable to hold fragrance properly because it's going to be too dry. Now, Dove's formula contains moisturizing cream, which definitely sounds counterproductive for a cleansing step, but it is actually genius because as you're cleansing away that buildup, you're putting on a thin layer of conditioning agents that prime your skin for the products coming next. Also, technique is everything with bar soap, as I mentioned before. Don't rub the bar directly on your skin. Lather it up in your hands in a washcloth if you want, just so that the foam is rich and creamy. And you want it to be thick enough so that you can't see through it, as I explained. Same application process as you did with the Chanel No. 5 bar soap. Follow the 30-second rule religiously here. Let the lather sit on your skin for 30 seconds before rinsing. Okay, so now the body wash, Dove Deep Moisture. We're gonna actually stay in the same product family so that the formulas play nicely together so that they are more compatible. So this body wash contains glycerin and petrolatum. These are ingredients that sound cheap, but are actually used in luxury skincare products. And together, they're just going to make sure that your skin is hydrated, which is going to make fragrance application much more effective and last longer. This is the really important part, though. You're not going to use your hands to apply this body wash. Use a clean washcloth. Use an African net sponge. Make sure that the washcloth or the net sponge is clean every single time that you use it. You do not want to drag bacteria from the last time you used it all over your skin. Now for the body scrub. Okay, so we're going to use Tree Hut Moroccan Rose Shea Sugar Scrub. Now, this is where budget products really prove themselves to be as good as luxury. Okay, so Tree Hut scrubs are literally as effective as scrubs costing 3 times as much. Literally, okay? With better scent profiles than a lot of luxury options. The Moroccan scent is very sophisticated. It has depth. It's not just like candy scent. It's sweet, but it doesn't smell like candy. So it's going to combine sugar crystals for exfoliation with shea butter for hydration, which is going to make the scent adhere to you better because your skin is going to be hydrated. It's going to be moisturized, but it is also going to be clean because of the sugar crystals. This is really where like the affordable routines are going to prove that technique is more important than the price of a product. So moisture is moisture. The expensive stuff is not necessarily better. It is just packaged prettier. That's my personal humble opinion. If you master the application and the timing, drugstore products are going to literally perform like luxury brands. Now we're going to get into body oil. So what we're going to use is Johnson's baby oil gel. Yes, the bottle is not Instagram worthy. Yes, it says baby on it, which makes people think that it's too simple, but I do not care. On damp skin, this product is unbeatable at literally any price point. Here's what most people do not understand about this. Mineral oil is mineral oil, whether it comes in a $5 baby oil bottle or a $50 luxury body oil. The base ingredient is chemically identical. Johnson's baby oil gel has the perfect consistency for this application. Regular liquid baby oil is literally just going to slide off skin and it's going to pool in weird places, but the gel formula stays exactly where you put it, and it also absorbs evenly without feeling greasy or sticky. Now, in terms of the application technique, okay, so you want to step out of the shower. It's the same thing as I said in the expensive routine. Leave a little bit of water on your skin, some droplets. You want it to be a little bit damp, not soaking wet though. Apply the oil gel on your skin. Focus on areas that tend to get dry, and you also want to do the up to down motion. Also, scent projection zones, don't forget those. The mineral oil is going to create a barrier on your skin that's going to prevent water loss. That's why it's really important to apply right after you get out of the shower. You're literally trapping water molecules against your skin. It's going to make your skin a lot more hydrated. It is cheap, but it is very effective. Okay, so this $3 bottle is going to outperform most $30 body oils when used correctly though. So now Nivea cocoa butter lotion. It is thick, it is rich, it is luxuriously scented. It has real cocoa butter, so it's going to add that like warmth and sophistication to your scent profile. And this is why it works so well in budget routines, because cocoa butter is actually very expensive to source and process, but Nivea includes it in significant concentrations because they manufacture it at a massive scale. So you're literally getting luxury ingredients at a fraction of the price that it technically should be charged. It has this like chocolatey and warm scent. It's not an immature type of scent. The technique, of course, is very important. So you always want to warm it up between your palms first. As I said in the first part, in terms of timing, it's going to be the same exact thing as I mentioned with the expensive routine. You want to wait a little bit before you actually put your clothes on. So budget routines, they do require smarter product selection because you cannot just throw a bunch of things together and hope they work when they're inexpensive. Every product has to earn its place by contributing to the overall scent story while still providing functional benefits. So for deodorant, okay, deodorant is Dove Advanced Care Coconut deodorant. This is my favorite of all time. It is strategic on multiple levels. First of all, it smooths your armpit skin with conditioning agents. Second, it provides a very soft coconut base note that is going to line up perfectly with vanilla and with cocoa notes that we are building in the routine, like with the lotion, the shea butter lotion. So most importantly, this formula contains moisture ingredients that prevent the dry residue that a lot of other deodorants leave behind. So make sure you are only applying this to completely dry skin. You only want to do thin, even strokes. Do not cake it on thick. It's going to give you a lot of residue the next day and you're going to smell. Now make sure to wait before you put your shirt on. The coconut scent is going to read as clean and sophisticated and luxury instead of like a cheap deodorant drugstore scent. Okay, so next, this is the secret weapon of budget fragrance routines. This is $7.50 and it outperforms body sprays costing literally 3 times as much, and it creates the perfect bridge between your moisturizing products and your final perfume. This is Bath & Body Works Warm Vanilla Sugar. Vanilla is the dominant note, but it is also supported by warm spices and subtle gourmand elements that are going to prevent it from being one-dimensional. And here's why this works so amazingly when you're actually layering. So vanilla is what people call a universal enhancer. It is going to make other fragrance notes smell richer, smell warmer, and smell more expensive. So when you layer vanilla under almost any perfume, you are creating depth and complexity in your full scent profile. You want to spray your torso, back, chest, shoulders, the areas that are going to be covered by clothes, because the fabric is going to act like sort of like a scent reservoir. It's going to slowly release the fragrance throughout the day as your body actually heats the fabric. You also want to let it dry before you actually put your clothes on. Then for your hair, OGX Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco Oil Mist Spray. This is going to add shine and it's going to make your hair a lot softer, but it's also going to make your hair smell amazingly. That is going to, as I said, move independently of your body. So it's like a dual action product a dual action perfume, I guess. Like Like, it smells really good, and it's also going to soften your hair. Okay, so now the budget signature scent, Ariana Grande Cloud. This is the proof that you do not need a $300 bottle to smell expensive. You seriously do not, okay? This is inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540, but it is not trying to be a clone. So it has its own personality, for sure. It has its own magic, let's call it. Why does this work in budget routines? It is created in a way that is supposed to be universally loved no matter what scent you like, but it is also supposed to be specific and sophisticated enough to be loved by those of us who are fragrance connoisseurs, if you will. Now it is $35. That's quite literally less than what I would spend on McDonald's food for my entire family. But at the same time, it delivers fragrance performance that is going to rival a lot of other perfumes that are going to cost like 10 times as much. Cloud is designed to work with vanilla and gourmand base notes. So that's everything that we've layered so far. We've created the perfect foundation for Cloud to actually work on. Now here's the scent profile actually broken down. So top notes, light lavender, pear, bergamot. So the lavender is going to prevent the fragrance from being too sweet. The pear is going to add fresh sophistication, and the bergamot is going to provide citrusy brightness. Now the heart notes, coconut, praline, and vanilla orchid. This is where the magic happens. Okay, so coconut directly connects to your deodorant, praline bridges to your cocoa butter lotion, vanilla orchid enhances the body mist, and quite literally everything else that you've used on your body. Then base notes, you have soft woods, musk, cashmere. These notes are going to provide sophistication and longevity. And when fragrance notes echo and reinforce each other throughout your entire routine, you are creating this depth and this complexity that is going to make people think that you are wearing something much more expensive than you actually are. And that is the secret here, okay? Strategic application technique. This is going to be the same exact thing as you would do with the Baccarat Rouge 540. So I'm not going to repeat myself here. And then just a really quick tip, similar to the Baccarat Rouge 540, after about 5 to 7 hours of wearing the Ariana Grande Cloud perfume, you can reapply, but don't reapply it like crazy because you're still getting a lingering scent. Reapply it on your wrists, 1 spritz per wrist, and do not rub your wrists together. Now, the truth that keeps people watching and transforms how they actually think about expensive versus cheap, okay? If you run this affordable routine with actual discipline and attention to detail for 30 days, people are gonna think that you changed your entire fragrance wardrobe. They will think that you literally bought something designer. You're gonna be that person who is known for smelling good, but you didn't buy designer, you just executed a system and now you smell like you are a billionaire. The beauty industry has convinced people that expensive automatically means better, but fragrance performance depends heavily on application technique, layering strategy, and skin preparation, not the price tag, okay? Except for Baccarat Rouge 540, we have established this, okay? But your skin doesn't care if your moisturizer costs $5 or $50. It's going to respond to proper hydration, compatible ingredients, and correct application timing the same. If you master these elements with budget products, you are going to outperform people with budget routines who are using their products incorrectly. Now, this is where budget routines often outperform luxury ones, and that is with consistency. So when you can afford to use the same products every single day without worrying about the cost, you are creating a signature scent that people associate with you. So it becomes mental, psychological. Budget routines are going to allow for daily consistency. Because of their price, they're going to allow you to use the products more often, which is going to build scent recognition and association. So after 30 days of using the same exact routine, you are going to be that person who always smells like vanilla. That's how people are going to think of you. No one talks about this part though, what I'm about to say, but it is the most important thing. Smelling good is half products and half psychology. So the psychological component is going to determine whether your scent reads as expensive or as cheap, regardless of what you actually spend. And that is so important, you guys. And I know this is like unsexy, but it is so important. So when you know you smell good, when you know that you have executed every single step of your routine correctly, your body language is going to change. You're going to stand closer to people because you're not worried about how you smell or how you look. You're going to make better eye contact because you're more confident in the way that you're presenting yourself, in the way that people are perceiving you. People are going to pick up on this confidence subconsciously, and they're going to link it to your scent. Confident people wearing drugstore perfume often smell better to others than insecure people wearing luxury perfume. And I don't have a study for that, but it's just kind of obvious. People are going to remember how you smell longer than how you looked. That is just a fact. If you keep your routine consistent for a month, you're going to become a scent memory. You are going to become the person that smells like vanilla. And I'm telling you, it is going to follow you everywhere you go, and it's going to build the longer that you do it, but not in a bad way, just in a very signature way. When one person mentions that you smell amazing, everyone else is going to notice your fragrance. They're going to lean in, they're going to pay attention, they're going to start looking for the scent that they have missed. And this is why consistency matters so much, because when multiple people have positive scent memories, positive like scent associations with you, you're going to become someone who always smells amazing. Smelling clean and sophisticated is going to signal competence and attention to detail and just professionalism, honestly. People are going to make unconscious judgments of your professionalism literally within seconds of meeting you. That's just how humans work. And scent plays a huge role in that judgment formation. Now, the last psychological element, you're not chasing compliments, okay? You want to build a reliable personal signature that is actually going to enhance how people experience being around you and how you feel about yourself, honestly. When you approach scent this way as part of like your personal brand, kind of like the fonts on my channel, you're making better decisions about the products that you choose and how they work together and how you smell. Scent is going to become part of your identity. People are going to associate certain fragrances with you even when you're not wearing them. Your fragrance is going to stop being something that you wear, and it's going to be something that you actually are and that you kind of like represent in people's minds. And that's the difference between smelling good and smelling expensive. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was a long ass video, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys next time.